Cass ran a wet cloth over the kitchen bench and hung it on the dish rack to dry. It was that kind of day. A day when swiping a cloth over an already gleaming benchtop seemed like the most important thing, the only thing she had to do. Back when she lived at home, Saturday had been the best day of the week, the only good day. Debs and Ricky would come over early before lunch, and they'd swap outfits and do their makeup and argue over what they'd wear that night and where they'd go. The train tracks bonfire, the movieplex in the mall, or the blue light party in the car park behind Ahmet's Bar and Grill. Sometimes they'd sneak into the back of Vivio's nightclub, but most of the bouncers had known their age, and if they got caught, they were booted out. It only ever worked out for them if the bouncer was new, or Ricky's cousin was working. Cass hadn't really minded when they got busted. The music at Vivio's sucked. She'd grown up with all the house styles, and sometimes she just ached for something old school and defined like The Damned or Killing Joke. Ancient 80s goth rocked the business, in her opinion. On those perfect Saturdays, if her mum was still sleeping off a hangover, they'd smoke weed in the lane behind her flats. Not that her mum cared if she was smoking or not. Cass sighed. Being 14 seemed another life ago. She had her driver's license now, or at least her provisional Ps, and in a couple of days she'd be able to legally vote. 18. Not that any of the wankers in Australian politics deserved her support, but it felt good to know it was her right to not vote for them if she wanted to. And the truth was that even though Saturday nights had been more fun when she was 14, she wouldn't want to be that person anymore. The last few years hadn't always been easy, but they had been better than her life with her mum in almost every way. She formed a mental list of how much better. Lists were good when you were bored. At 12, she'd learned to fill out her mum's dole forms. At 13, she'd menu planned to make their allowance stretch 2 weeks, and then she did the shopping at Coles. But that was stuff everyone did. What she was better at now was other stuff, like spreadsheets. Her boss, Tara Sharp, knew everything about people. Like Tara really got people, when they were lying and stuff. Cass knew she wasn't so good at that, but Cass didn't forget anything. Tara Sharp. Cass would never forget the day they'd met, 26 months ago, out the back of the train station in the bunkers. She'd never seen such a tall, wild-looking woman before. Seriously, all hair and bounce. And that was just the outside. On the inside, Tara was like a ticking bomb. And just as you got used to her being all like irregular, tick, 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 she'd go boom, blow up and do something left field. In the time Cass had known Tara, someone had tried to run her over, she'd been kidnapped by an actual professional hitman, and she'd been affiliated to a bikie gang. Cass grinned. It sounded bad when you put that on a list, but really it wasn't. Tara was good people, like really good people. Tara had saved her life. Friend, sister, mum, and embarrassing older person who partied to Aussie hip-hop. Oh, and her boss.